Welcome to episode 5 of the Ep5 Player Winning Dunboyne GAA Club in Meath. So we're going to speak to football and
Noon. How are you?
welcome home.
Thanks a million.
Good to have you. Emma,
Hello, nice to meet you. How are you? Good.
All good. So welcome to episode 5.
Thanks a million.
We're here in Dunboyne pitch.
Yeah.
It's a little bit frosty, but we'll make it work, okay? We're going to have about 15, 20, 30 minute chat, go through a couple of things, and then we'll just get into the fun stuff.
Sweet.
That's the exciting stuff, bit of shooting challenge, and then we'll see,
Love it.
not that it's a game or a chat.
It's always a competition now, to be honest.
And the 40-yard dash at the end. Alright, let's just dive straight into it.
Brilliant.
Okay girls, so at the start of every episode, I try to make a story out of it. I always bring it back to underage, but this is the first episode I've done with 2 players. And I know there's a couple of years in the difference here, and I'm trying to mash them together. I would imagine, Emma, you probably did play maybe a little bit with Vikki in the minors and stuff, so I'm going to start maybe at minors, would be an age group. Was there any success in minor level? Because I tried to do a bit of research, and actually I know there's success down the line, but in underage, how'd that go?
Yeah, well, I don't think we actually played underage at all today, do we?
No,
She's too old. Far older than me. Yeah, it was about 4 years between us, so no, we wouldn't have been together underage at all. But yeah, we would have had a fairly decent team, like all the way up from like probably under 10s to minor.
Right.
Just even like for a few years, I think we were Division 2 minor, and then we got up from that and then won one of the Division 1 and stuff like that. But yeah, it would have been fairly successful the whole way up. We had a decent like core group.
And how many years you played minor? 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you won Division 2, is that what you said?
We won the Division 2, yeah. Actually, yeah, that was probably one of the first ones I was involved with. We well, I actually wasn't playing on the team, but that could have been under 16s, but it was the one with Ronan and Shelley and all that. And then I went to the game that day, because I was 16, but then we went and played, so I got brought in the last 10 minutes and we won, so I was happy to join in the celebrations. Match winner.
You hit the match winner?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. Right,
and it's a very controversial one as well. So.
Dive into it.
Oh yeah, no, as in like I literally played, Ronan came and collected me, like he's one of our, would have been our club person, and I just went and played the game, and then I got brought on the last 10 minutes and we won by 2 points. I scored a goal in the last minute, so it was a bit controversial.
I don't think there's any footage of that anywhere.
I highly doubt it. It was against Central Stand with Stacey Grimes' team from
right,
me.
Okay. And was Stacey your age group, was she?
She'd been my age group the whole way up as well, yeah.
Okay, right, very good. So you didn't play together. You're probably still under 14 or 15, 16 that level when you're playing minor.
Probably under 14. Were you born? I probably was just out of the womb at that stage, yeah.
But in fairness, I mean, you've been around in a couple of years now, and you're 19 now?
20 now, yeah.
20,
yeah.
Okay, right, so you're still quite young.
Yeah.
Plenty of years ahead of you. So when you were 16 and minor, did you follow the footsteps of Vikki winning anything?
Yeah, to be fair, we actually had quite a successful underage. I would have played with Sarah, Vicky's younger sister.
Okay.
So I would have played with her the whole way up, and we were actually very successful under 16, and then minor as well. I played 2 years of minor. The last year was cancelled because of COVID, so I got 2 years. We won both years, so we'd.
You won the championship in Division 1, was it?
Yeah, Division 1. Yeah, we beat. Who did we beat even?
Nicholas.
Second year. That match on screen. Who did we beat that day?
Oh, your 5-minute long speech at the end of it.
Can't even remember.
Simon said no.
Central Stand. It was actually Central Stand. Yeah. So yeah, we had a successful underage. So I suppose we were kind of bred into the success, thank God. And then
bearing in mind, like under 12s, like obviously women's football mightn't have been as big when Dougie's under 12s, but like you'd be going to watch a game and there'd be lads there and Dougie would be scoring like 4 or 5 every single game. We're just like just outrageous, like just with just this curly headed kid the entire way up, and we were like, let's get her playing like straight away.
Right, okay. And did you represent did you win Leinster or anything? Does that happen in minor?
No,
unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you've probably seen Emma going up through the ranks, did you make your debut quite young then, senior?
So it's a funny story actually. I started playing with the adult team in 2017. So I was actually injured. I got injured in April of that year. I had a bad
it was a knee injury at the time.
Okay.
So I was out for the entire summer, and then it came to maybe the end of August, and I actually made my debut with the Junior C team first of all.
Dougie played one game, like the final of the Junior C team, or the Junior C championship, and got named like the player of the tournament. Like, and everyone was like, she played one game. Like,
Yeah, so that was an experience, all right. And then after that game, I got brought onto the senior team, and we actually won.
Same year?
Yeah, that year. So we actually won the All Ireland that year as well in 2017. We beat Kinsale in
you're
the final.
what, 15?
15, yeah. The big junior.
That was one of
17?
That was 2017. Yeah.
We won the 2015 Junior All Ireland against what team did we beat in 2015?
Oh,
Cork team as well. Why can't I remember the name of that? That's awful.
It's okay, Philly.
I remember the date and everything, but I can't remember the team.
It was like Bantry Blues.
Blues. And they actually had someone who was like, they had one of the subs was like 53, and then we had girls tugging out that was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
But
So were you playing 2015?
I was playing 2015, and were you on the bus that was late? Our supporters bus stopped halfway to the game, and like it was shocking conditions. It was in
really
UL
bad,
or it was in Limerick and the Gaelic grounds, and like our supporters bus was late, so the game was about 7 minutes in, and you just see like 200 people flocking into the stadium, and I was like, it was so off-putting, like it was just horrendous. But
And then you hammered them by about 50 points. That was
it was a decent game.
Okay, so you played in 2015 the junior.
Yeah.
Now you went from junior championship All Ireland, is that right?
Yeah.
To intermediate within 2 years All Ireland.
So we lost the intermediate final in 2016 against Royal Gaels. We were about 7 goals now, 7 points up about 5 minutes to go, and we just absolutely lost the plot.
bottled it.
Okay.
And then 2017 won intermediate, and then went on to win the All Ireland as well. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Can I ask? Was it the same management crew for the?
Same management
Yeah,
for
we've had
2015.
the same management
No,
since-
2015 was Dave and
Dave
Martin,
and Martin.
and then 2017
Was Dave and Martin
from
as well.
2016 to now, 2017 was Brendan.
Brennan, yeah. So
So
Dave
same
and Martin
management from 2017.
That's a
to now.
massive credit for
Yeah.
a managing team to get together, put a plan in place for 3 years to win a junior and an intermediate.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
still
that's
there now, to be fair. So they won that and senior championships, three
Oh really?
senior championships. So
They're still with us now,
still
yeah.
with us
So
now,
they-
yeah. So
27.
long reign.
Yeah.
Massive. Okay, so 2017. So I'm just going through the years. So you're both senior 2017.
Yeah.
2018. You won your first Meath senior championship in 2020.
Yes.
Okay, that was COVID year, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018 we didn't even make it out of our
Oh,
group.
that was
in,
really bad, yeah.
Oh, it was a bad year.
We got humbled that year.
We
We
got
were after
humbled.
coming in the back of an All
We thought we
Ireland
were
victory. We
class
thought we were class.
after winning All Ireland, and then
Not good.
we didn't even make it out of our group in Meath. And then 2019 made the final, lost to Simonstown. I actually flew home from Australia the night before the game. Bad move. Wouldn't recommend.
No.
I was only there for 4
We
days.
played our semi-final and final in the same week. Because remember you missed our semi-final.
It was supposed to be our semi-final was supposed to be the Saturday, and then I was going to be here first, and then they postponed it to the Monday, and I'd already committed to going to Australia for the combine for those 4 days.
Yeah.
So I remember it was actually down in that corner, and it was so dramatic.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
doing our little stretch after training, and I was like, girls, I was like, I'm actually not going to be here for the semi-final. Everyone was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was bad. But we'd played our All Ireland final with Meath, say the Sunday, the week before, and then we played our semi-final for club. So 8 days after, and then the final 6 days after
It was
that.
2018. I'll expose myself here, but 2018 was the year we didn't even make it out of our group. But we we lost the All Ireland on what was the Sunday.
Funny story.
And
yeah.
we were on the beer, obviously, and we had trained on Tuesday, and you were too young.
Yeah.
Were you in Meath that year?
No, I wasn't with me that year.
So you were too young.
Why?
You were still training with the club. Fiona O'Neill, who was still with us, she wasn't. She was more sensible than me, and then so was everyone else. So
You're
I
so
looked
bold.
I looked horrendous. Like half the team were still in the pub on Tuesday night. So obviously I was there, but we had training, and I didn't go. And I thought it would be fine. And I had like 12 missed calls from Brendan, our manager. So I just turned the phone over. And I was like, I'm going to ignore
So
that.
bold.
Turned up to train or the match on the Wednesday. In fairness, half the team had been out, so I was like, I'll be grand. And he just was like, come here, Vikki, can I have a quick chat? And I was like, yeah, no worries. He's like, were you on the beer yesterday? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, right, you can take a seat on the bench there. And I was like, whoa, I was so humbled.
So humbled.
Got on for the last 10 minutes, and I think
2018
with the club, yeah.
You've never done that ever again since.
I've been very well behaved since. Learned my
She
lesson.
learned her lesson.
Learned my lesson.
She's never sat on the bench since.
Great stuff. So we're up now to. So in 2020, when you won the Meath Championship, there was no Leinster, was there?
2020.
COVID year?
No, so we actually won the final and the quarter-final. We're supposed to play Fox Cab the week
got
after.
COVID.
Everyone got COVID.
Our entire team got COVID, so then it got postponed. And like we appealed it, but they said that we'd have to forfeit the game. So we were actually fairly raging about that.
Yeah.
But then lost the game over that.
We didn't get to play the game.
They just
went straight to Nave Kieran, and Fox Cab played the Leinster in the January of that year. So we got.
And the following year, you did get them.
Yeah,
we
got them in the Leinster final.
Now, would that be a little bit of maybe trying to get back at them, like losing the year before? Did you even think about that?
I don't really think so. I think we kind of forgot about it for as in everything happened so quickly then, and then
we had a lot of momentum, I think, last year.
Yeah, like we played Tinahely in that game and we were woeful in that game. Like
really
you
bad.
got that goal in the last minute, but like realistically we didn't really deserve to win that game.
No.
We were really bad against them, and like they were very good on the day, to be fair as well. But so then we beat them. That was Leinster semi, and then went to play Fox Cab. And in fairness, we had a pretty bad first half, but then came out in the second half and did well.
Yeah, we got a couple of goals.
So you enjoyed a couple of days after that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And who picked us then in the semi-final?
Mourne Abbey.
We don't like to talk that one. We don't like to talk about that.
Bad day at the office.
That was
bad day at the office.
To be fair, we played our Leinster final on the 5th of December, and that semi-final wasn't until the 18th of January, so it was a whole 6 weeks nearly after. And sure,
Fiona's wedding was the week before as well, so that was good.
Everyone got COVID with that as well.
Yeah.
And sure, we were in Tenerife on our Meath team holiday over Christmas as well, so it was a bit
preparation probably wasn't the best.
Preparation wasn't the best, but
I actually remember even looking at that, because I'm obviously quite interested in ladies football. I keep a close eye on it, and I remember thinking, geez, these girls are on the holiday.
Yeah. There was actually Fiona's wedding was in, where's Fiona's wedding? It was in, I don't even know where it was, but it was Louth or wherever it was, and there's a few people working at it, and they kind of come to us, like, you're not playing next week, girls. We're like, oh, we are. We're like, we're with Dunboyne, and we're like, oh, very good. They were on the other side of it, like they got beaten by Kilkir and Clonbyrne as well, so that was good crack.
Yeah. So this year then, you've won the Meath again.
Yeah.
Who picked you this year?
Then Kilmacud Crokes beat us in the quarter-final. Again, wasn't the best prep. That game was a week after our club final.
Gotcha.
So we were drinking for 3 days afterwards, and then we were trying to get back training and everything. So it wasn't great, and Kilmacud were
they're
very,
serious.
very
They went on to win Leinster, so they're very good.
And we had a couple of injuries. Not that excuse, we were very poor anyway. But I think to beat them, you need a full squad. You kind of need a Vikki in the middle of the field as well. So we were kind of missing a few players that day, but I know they were fully deserving on the day, and I think everyone kind of got over it in the end. It was kind of like we didn't deserve to win it that year, but we'll go again next year anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Today's episode is kindly sponsored by Whoop. Whoop is a device that I've been using for years, which monitors my recovery, sleep, training and health, and gives me personalised recommendations and coaching feedback. Whoop analyses my key metrics like HRV and resting heart rate to determine a daily recovery score, and shows me how lifestyle and training behaviours affect my recovery. Top GAA athletes at county and club level are using Whoop daily to take the guesswork out of their training. Based on your recovery, you'll get a daily target exertion goal to help avoid overtraining and undertraining. I have left a link in the description box for you to sign up for a free month to use towards your off-season training and recovery. Okay, so just to touch on 2002, Vikki, you were in Australia. I want to touch on that as a topic overall, not just yet. What was it like not having Vikki around? You missed the whole year, was it?
Yeah, didn't get to play any club this year,
Yeah, it was different. I suppose we're so used to, not even, I suppose, her presence on the pitch. I'm not going to blow her up now or anything, but her presence on the pitch, just her personality in the team as well. She's a big character, so we definitely missed that. It was a little bit quieter than usual, but I suppose, it kind of reminds you not to take these things for granted either. So I know, but we definitely missed her, and hopefully we can get her back. We can get her back in a few years.
And how was it for you over in Australia? Were you able to watch anything?
Yeah, I watched it. The Meath final was streamed, and I was in. I was just watching on the laptop. It was really weird.
It was nighttime, was it for you?
It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was really weird. And Bevan, one of the other girls from the club, is over. She's living in Madrid, so she was up watching it. And the two of us literally like analysing everything. And I was like, if they give away one more free here, honestly, I was like, we were like, we need to swap this. And I was like, it's so easy. Like literally me sitting halfway across the world being like, this is chronic. And then like, in fairness, I think your foul count was absolutely outrageous in the final. Like every time Niamh O'Sullivan got the ball, someone just like literally dragged her to the ground.
If I was watching that now,
it was bad. But I know, in fairness, when they won, I FaceTime Mum straight away, and sure, I was passed around to everyone. I was talking to
Did you cry or something, Vikki?
A few tears, alright, yeah. I was talking to half the parish. I was literally like, right, Mum, I was like, can I actually talk to the girls there? I was like, I don't want to talk to these random people. But I know it was class, and then I definitely got a few FaceTimes in Coppers that week anyway.
Brilliant, no, that's brilliant. So that's a great success at club level, and long may it continue, absolutely. I want to touch now into Meath, okay. A lot of stuff I want to touch on there. Massive story over the last couple of years. And for any fan, it's great to see an underdog come through the ranks intermediate, losing 2 finals, winning intermediate, and then obviously the 2 years with senior. But Emma, you've had a bit of success. I think you've a minor Leinster, do you, at Meath?
Yeah, we won the minor Leinster final in 2019 against Kildare. So that was, we had a really good team that year. We had Fergal Lynch and late Maria Keeley there coaching us as well. So we had a really good year that year, and then we were kind of pipped by Monaghan in the All-Ireland semi-final. So that was really, really disappointing. Like, we would have been hoping to get to an All-Ireland final that year, but didn't really happen for us then. So.
And was that the success you had at minor level? You played 2 or 3 years at minor, did you?
I played 2 years, second year, COVID, so that was 2020.
Yes.
So we didn't actually get to finish out the championship. We lost to Dublin very controversially in the first round.
Oh yeah,
really bad. Yeah.
As in a decision or a goal or something, was it?
Yeah, we had 2 disallowed goals.
Okay,
so we definitely should have won that one.
Who scored them, do you?
Don't know actually.
Yeah,
the referee hated me that day apparently. But yeah, no, that was disappointing. We didn't even get to finish out that championship. That we had a really good team. A lot of them girls that were on that team are actually playing for the seniors now. So we had a good team, and it was kind of disappointing not to finish now. But sure.
Very good. And now Vikki, 20s. Am I right in saying 2017 Meath seniors lost the intermediate final? Yeah, 2018, 2 years in a row. Were you?
2018, 2019, we lost it.
Oh, was it okay? 2018.
Yeah, we lost to Tip in the All-Ireland semi-final in 2017.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Were you part of those 3 years?
Yeah, I've been in since 2015.
Okay, right. And Eamon Murray now, I'm sure you have had a lot of great things to say about him, and the backroom team, Paul and
Shane
Wall and
Mark
Brennan and all them, yeah.
Yeah. Were they in it from, when did they come in?
So halfway through, like, I was in since 2015, and we had about 3 or 4 different managers, some interim managers, some past players stepping in to help up when we needed. There's a few terrible years, to be honest. But then Paul and the lads, Paul and Eamon came in initially in 2017, and then Shane as well. But then Mark Brennan, who's actually like still in with us now, forwards coach, I say forwards coach, kind of an everything coach, but he would have been in as actually our S&C initially, and then actually turned up for a session in a pair of jeans to our S&C, and we were like, who is this man? We were like, why are you wearing jeans in the gym? Like, But
he came a long way.
He came a long way, yeah. He's put the tracksuits on, thank God. But I know he came in initially as S&C, and then they kind of built out the team since then, and Eugene was in last 2 years with S&C, and he was outrageous. Like, he's one of the main like kind of differences of our success as well. But then like Paul as well, like, you have to give credit where it's due. Like, the man is a genius. Like,
yeah. Like, I've heard different stories. I'm really interested in Meath, the backroom, the county board. I've heard stories how they put a plan together, a 5-year plan. Massive credit, but obviously a lot of work must have went in when Eamon came in. A lot of probably happened behind the scenes. Do you remember even the first meeting Eamon on the back?
Yeah, 100%. But like, there were so many meetings. Like, I was like sick of meetings. Like, so 2015, like, you know, and we lost nearly every single game. We were celebrating when we drew a game, and then like, I was too young to even be driving, so Dad would be driving me everywhere, and I'd be getting in the car after, just giving out stink about how shit everything was. And you know, Dad would be kind of turning to me, he'd be like, yeah, but no one's forcing you to do this. And I was like, yeah, that's so valid. And like, even though we were still losing, like, there was no chance I was giving up the chance to wear the Meath jersey. But there just wasn't that culture in Meath at all. And you know, we'd be having these player meetings every 3 weeks, being like, come on girls, like, the culture is so bad. But then like, literally nothing would change. And like, we'd be ringing people, like, honestly, it's this dramatic thing of ringing people for games. But like, we literally were ringing people, and you'd be doing the warm up, being like, sorry, what's your name? And like, it just was horrendous. Like, it was just not enjoyable at all. And then like there'd be teams travelling down to play us in the league with like 15, 16 players, absolutely annihilating us, and it was just like, it was just chronic.
That's really interesting now hearing it from now, because you're obviously in a great place now, completely changed, professionalism went through the roof. But there is county teams out there in Division 4 and the lower tiers that are probably in a situation that you're just after describing, and in 4 or 5 years they've flipped, won All Ireland. So if anything, people watching back home, or teams or players, you know, don't lose hope. You never lost 100%. Hope. Players that were there never lost hope. They got together.
Yeah, I think there was just a bunch of stubborn idiots that just were like, they could see the potential and see like that there actually was a chance, and even like looked at the likes of Dougie and Orla Lally and all them kind of coming up thinking like there is potential in this county. And even the people we did have, it was just like we never got that right mix of like the right management and right players at the right time, because there was, for a while, you know, a lot of the older girls that had given like 10-12 years of their lives to me, they kind of retired all at the same time, which is absolutely no fault of theirs. But then obviously it was a really big redevelopment period and stuff like that. But like when the lads came in, it was just, they just set a tone straight away, and it was kind of either you buy into it or you're getting left behind. And then when you have majority of the group buying into it, the ones that don't, kind of they feel the repercussions of it by being left behind.
That's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to take you to your first senior championship, All Ireland 2021. Throughout that year, was there any doubts, or were you fully focused, fully committed, fully sure, or I'm not going to say sure to be big-headed or but just that you were so focused on winning this All Ireland? Was that the main goal from the start of the year?
Like no, not at all. Genuinely, when we came up, it was, we're taking, and I know it's such a cliche, but we genuinely just took every game. Well, like we couldn't afford to come up and be like, oh yeah, like we're about to win All Ireland, like first year up. Like it's just, it wasn't realistic for us at the time. But
I don't even know if it wasn't realistic. It was just the fact that the year before the league kind of ended and stuff with COVID, we didn't get to finish it out. And the first game we had was Kerry, and we were like, they're a senior team, they've been around like for years. We were like, we really need to go out here now and just set a marker after finally winning the intermediate. Like we felt like it was just something we'd been needing to do almost, not like. So when we did that and then played Kerry that first game, like there definitely was a bit of buzz after that game of being like, we lost by what, 2 or 3 points I think.
But we had a lot of potential, like we showed.
Division 2 league?
Division 2 league, and that was, we won that division. That was the year we won the Division 2, and it was kind of like, Paul had always kind of said like, you need to be in Division 1, like as in you need to be like playing senior teams to be beating senior teams. And like Division 2 I think was probably though the changing of it, because we actually did get to play a lot of senior teams that year. You know, we were playing with like Armagh, Kerry, all those type of teams, even Mon and all that. So like it was probably the best thing that happened to us, that winning Division 2.
I think like my dad always says to me like that year, he's like, was there any time, like a specific point where you're like, okay, we can actually do this? I know we talked about it afterwards, that Cavan game, the semi-final, the league semi-final. I remember it was kind of nip and tuck for a while. Now we played really, really well, we performed really well, but I suppose the last few minutes, like we were up by a few points, and like I remember Vikki turned to me after and she was like, if that was me 2 or 3 years ago, we would have lost that. And I think that game we kind of grinded it out, we held out the win, and we were all absolutely buzzing after it. Like it was one of those
games, it was real close. It was like, you know, they're scoring, we're scoring, and it was like never more than a point either way, you know, a point or two. And like previous years, we would have got to those kind of positions, even against, like we had a real big rivalry at Wexford for years in intermediate, and it was like, we'd get to those stages in the game, and then like we'd just not stick to what we said we were going to do. We'd change a kick out or change something, and then we'd end up giving away like this silly fluky goal and end up losing by a few points. And it was kind of like a reoccurring theme, to be honest. And then like when we did it, when we beat Cavan in that semi-final, it kind of just was like a sense of like, geez, like we actually have this in us. Like
that's really interesting. So the league semi-final against Cavan, that's when you thought, look, we can really go the whole way here.
Well, I don't even know if it was a case of thinking like, oh, we can go the whole way with the All Ireland, but I was like, geez, like we can definitely win this league out here now, and like these are all senior teams, and you know, this is what everyone's been talking about the last year, saying teams come up from intermediate and then they go straight back down, and like it has happened, but we were so conscious of not letting that happen. And but I reckon if we'd won in 2018 or 2019, we wouldn't have
been ready. No, definitely not.
Right, okay, and I'm going to fast forward then, the big day. I was at the game myself. The atmosphere was huge. Meath really do support very, very well. A little bit like Mayo when it comes to men's football, and I love that. So Dublin, I have to ask Emma, how many times you can ask this?
Did you mean the goal, Emma? Did you mean the goal?
I don't want to hear it again. I thought I left that one in 2021.
I never heard it. Okay, so do you mean to chip the keeper or leave it for a point?
I did mean to do it, but like I'll say it now. Like at the time, I actually should have said no, because the amount of times I've been asked at this stage. But like whether I meant it or not, like obviously it helped the team on the day, and that's like all I care about. Like,
Great answer. You've rehearsed that a couple of times.
I've learned that answer
when
off.
we were going around the
friends.
schools after, it was like literally like a
God.
running theme of like, we'd be getting out of the car to go in with the cup and stuff, and it'd be like, right Doug, we're like, how many times are you going to get asked this question now? And like they bring them out in different kind of things, and it'd be like every time be like, here, you have to do a shot every time you get asked this question now.
Oh, paralytic.
I had to ask you because I would have. So yeah, it was at that game, unbelievable, big underdogs. But big underdogs from us looking in. I'm sure that was different for you in the dressing room.
100%, yeah. Like I feel like it's so easy to say, oh, like you're sure something went, not sure something again, but you know, you kind of had that belief when you actually do win. You know, it's easy to say that, but like genuinely, like going into that game, like I was just like, you just have a good feeling. It was just like the way we prepared for it, and the way everything was going, and the way the week, like again, it's so cliche, and you can flip it the other way in sport and say like underdog, and then when you're this year, we're so happy to be in the position we were of defending a title. Like you can use anything for motivation, I think, in sport, but like the media attention that Dublin got a few weeks before the final and stuff, like we just honed in on that. We just used it so much of like there was nothing about us, and it just suited us to a T, and it was just like going into that game like we were just so well rehearsed, really. I think.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to flip back to the management. I ask this in every episode, reason being because I'm a coach myself, and I like to get an idea in my head how training sessions plan out. Am I right in saying Paul and Shane would probably take a lot of the stuff, the drills, and Eamon would sit back and maybe be more of a manager?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Eamon's a good people's person. Like, I mean, he
very important.
Yeah, he has the girls', you know, best interests at heart, and he's, you know, the most genuine, most honest man, and you know that's what he's there for. He always makes sure everyone has the smile on their face, and when he's doing his job, the lads are doing their job. I think it just kind of molds together as one big.
I think one of the big shifts of the last few years with management was it was such an open communication of like us constantly questioning them and constantly like almost making them explain it, like over explain it, and kind of when, you know, it's easy when you have an idea in your head to say like this is why we want to set up this way and stuff like that, and then when like you have the likes of Aileen Cleary who asks about 150 questions a training session, when you're forced to explain something and really get into the nitty gritty of it, like it kind of makes you be sure you know what you're talking about, because you're getting absolutely rinsed every training session if you don't.
Well, that's why maybe she's had some great games. Exactly what she does.
Oh, she does, absolutely.
Okay, so that's the setup. Now the S&C, again, really interested in the S&C. That's my profession. So Mark wasn't wearing jeans over the last.
No, he's taking the jeans off and he's taking the S&C cap off for us as well. Yeah.
The other S&C, that's
Eugene.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you do primers? I'm really interested to see. Did you do primers or gym sessions before training, or did you do that separately from training? How many collective sessions did you have a week?
So actually shifting our warm up completely, like, and I think that was one of the best things we did as well. So like for the first 20 minutes of our warm up, I don't think we touch a ball, like as in it's purely like activation primers, everything like that. Like you feel like previous years, I think sometimes you're doing a warm up and you're kind of getting to the end of it and you still don't feel like you're actually ready to go and play. Whereas like by the time you're touching the ball, we were completely loose and completely ready to go and get it. And he just tapered everything, and I think he got to know us very well.
He knew every player.
Yeah, he just knew every player very well, and even just even some of the most disgusting running sessions we did, you'd be there and you'd still be like, you'd be in the middle of the set thinking like how much you hate him, but you should still be making you laugh, and you'd still be like, you know, his favourite sentence would be like intensity is your friend, and he'd be having the crack with shit and rinse and repeat and all. He's like absolutely rubber duckied and all these type of just all these small little things that would kind of it just made but as in he just had so much respect from all of us that you wanted to work hard for him, and he just like the sessions we were doing over COVID, like absolutely disgusing, like as in rancid, but like
not even
we
were actually individual running up here like
just horrendous. But we probably did maybe pre-season two collective gym sessions a week, and then we'd kind of throughout the season they'd be individual and stuff, but then kind of more after training rather than before training on Sundays and stuff like that. But he's just phenomenal, like.
Brilliant. Okay, now you did touch on running. The system that Meath have played, obviously I was involved with Mon last year. I would have studied a lot of your stuff. When we played last year, what we had to do is we had to try to carbon copy, do the exact same. Didn't work out for us that day, too much quality. When you play that system with so many players getting behind the ball and you have to break really fast, you probably hear the buzzword transition so much. There must be so much run that you have to do to keep that fitness and aerobic work up to such a high level. It's crazy how you're able to get down, get back, get down, get back. And would run be a massive part of training? Would you do it with the ball, or would it all be in isolation?
Mix of both. There'd be like obviously at the end of training you'd have your good chunks of just running without the ball, absolutely running whoithout the ball, but
Mass running.
a lot of mass runs, yeah. But then throughout training, like there was such a focus on the basics and the core principles of our game that like in all of the drills it was just the focus on that, and like if you weren't breaking at pace or if you weren't doing things with intensity, like it was kind of like you'd be called out in it fairly quickly, and just to be honest with you, a lot of the like repeating a lot of the same things, like it was repetition, so that was just kind of came second nature.
Brilliant. No, that's great. So we're on to our fourth segment of the episode, and we are going to go through the 16 quick fire questions, girls. Okay. The reason 16 is the number of weeks, average number of weeks in a club off season. Okay. So the way we're going to work it is, Vikki, I'll ask you, and you can argue. Okay, and then anyway you can jump in. Okay, Vikki.
We're saying at the same time or different times now?
You can do whatever you want.
Same time.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Controversial.
Favorite musician?
Jesus, I thought it would be GAA questions.
Your favourite musician?
I'll give it
could be an
to
artist.
Musician.
He's a very quick fire. I'll go the Lumineers.
Mimi Webb.
Okay. Are you playing music in the dressing room and stuff? Who's in charge of that?
Well, no,
Club.
we are no way are we allowed music in the dressing room.
For county.
Really?
Club. Elaine Doyle
is a DJ, but
Is there a group part? There's no music playing in the dressing room?
Absolutely not.
If that's
Absolutely
Paul
not.
Gargan's pet peeve, is music.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
he
no
doesn't like
way.
it at all.
Jeez, I love it.
Yeah.
So we'd all just have our AirPods or something in.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Death row meal.
Beef
fillet
stir-fry.
steak.
Oh, good
Yeah,
shout.
why would you have a beef stir fry?
I do love beef stir fry dinner. I do.
Dougie makes her mum make her like the bougiest dinners the day before a game.
Yeah, I have actually my day before game is steak and homemade chips.
There you go.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so
So favourite takeaway order?
Sushi.
Sushi. You'd order sushi if you're staying at home.
Absolutely.
Labuka takeaway also.
Never ordered sushi in my life.
Yeah, she's a bit psychotic. I don't know why she's doing liking sushi, to
Is
be
there
honest.
sushi over Australia?
Oh, there is, yeah, absolutely
okay.
ample amount.
Right, Emma?
Labuka takeaway.
Just place
I
in the
don't like.
village.
Is that Chinese or just
It's like
chipper?
Italian kind of place.
Kind of. Yeah, I'm a bit bougie like that.
Right, okay. Favourite holiday destination?
Holiday. New York.
Right, okay.
I go to Portugal every year with my family, so I'll say Portugal.
Alicante, is it?
No, it's a little village. It's called Cabanas. It's near like Tavira.
Lovely,
So
brilliant.
I'll go with that.
Favourite pair of football boots?
Copa Mondials.
Copas.
Even though like these aren't actually mine, but anyway.
These are Copa something.
Right, okay. And
Adidas all day.
these have
That's a weird
these
pair
don't
of
have any
boots.
sponsorships on these?
Not over here, no.
Right, okay. And do you wear studs in the winter and stuff? And
Yeah.
always,
It's pet peeve, like as in if someone falls on a day where it's wet and they're not wearing studs, get the sideline.
Right, brilliant. So, least favourite football ground?
We're tote.
Right, I have team.
No, well, team and ground. No, I'm joking, just the ground.
Tough. Least favourite. Where did we play down last year? Sorry, not last year, intermediate. That pitch.
Oh, that was in
was
the
that?
middle of nowhere as well.
Oh god, I can't remember what that was
Could be
called.
worse where you played Monaghan last year.
Was it loud?
That was actually pretty bad last year.
actually
Where was that?
was.
What was that
Where
pitch
did you
actually?
bring us
I take it
last
back, poor tote, whatever that pitch was. That one, yeah.
I was waiting for the answer.
Lovely people, terrible pitch.
Yeah, brilliant, okay. There was a reason behind that didn't work, but so weights room or run session, what do you prefer?
Weights all day.
Weights, yeah.
Okay. Morning routine.
Wake up, coffee, walk, podcast, and then start my own day.
You get a walk in every morning?
Yeah, fact.
Okay, do you track your steps?
Now and then, but like as in, I just be a bit moody, like if I don't have that like hour, half an hour to myself in the morning.
And would you make coffee yourself at the house or would you go buy one?
Usually buy one.
Right, okay, brilliant.
Loaded this one. My mornings are actually very different when I'm in college. So when I'm in college, I'd just get up, do the normal have breakfast, do the hair, wash the face, brush the teeth.
The hair takes a long time.
Hair takes a while to get this thing up.
Talking about coffees though, just a little interlude. We went on team holiday last year to Tenerife, and
stop it now.
I actually had COVID, so I had to fly over a bit later. But Dougie got woken up on the Ryanair flight, can I add? And they go to her.
My place.
They go. She's obviously used to flying a bit bougier than Ryanair. The flight says like, do you want like coffee or tea or anything? And she asked for a coconut. She asked for a coconut milk latte on the Ryanair flight, and I'm like, that is just notions.
I actually forgot where it was.
Your one was like, yeah, you can have an Americano or a cup of tea. Like,
I'd probably ask for an oat milk, maybe.
Oh well, I got
bougie on Ryanair.
As you can see, it's still not been left behind.
No,
so.
absolutely not.
So in the summer, Emma, what's your morning routine? Let's say you're in the thick of all Ireland.
Yeah, I would say pretty similar. I like to get a walk in during summer. So get up, go for a walk, come back, have breakfast, and like that, get on my day. But I do similar. I like a walk, AirPods in, world out. Job.
Brilliant. Favourite drink of choice, alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
Gin and elderflower tonic.
Next morning after winning
Coke
All
Zero.
Ireland, Monday.
Day after
Yeah.
winning All Ireland, one Copperberg to get the systems a go, and then straight back on the gin and tonic.
Right, same yourself?
Yeah, I love. Now I'm actually not fussy with drink, but gin and elderflower tonic, it's so refreshing.
it's
But
delicious.
then non-alcoholic Coke Zero.
Yeah, big fan of sparkling water or Coke Zero.
Yeah, like freaks.
I love sparkling water.
Such a weirdo.
So moving on, your favourite football ground to play a match?
Dunboyne, of course. Nah.
That's
Where is nice to play? I actually really like. Where do I like?
Crow Park.
Oh, very good.
You like Croke Park?
Yeah, it's outrageous. Yeah.
Just touch Croke Park, sorry. When you're playing the All Ireland final, can you hear each other call for the ball? Or
Barely.
just hand it
Nah,
in?
barely pandemonium. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that's one thing we learned.
Yeah. What year was that? 2019, I think. Like that was actually one of the biggest shocks of playing Croke Park first time. Is in like you're screaming at someone to do something and they literally can't hear you. Like even like small changes of setups and stuff like that. So that was we tried after losing the first year. We tried. We tried a few interesting techniques of like, I think they just heard from like, oh, like I heard, let's say like the team did it, like some team did this when they won Ireland in like 1973. So like we had like the most disgusting sounds playing in Park Dalton, but it wasn't even music. It was just like these really obnoxious sounds, and it was just like, it was actually just giving you a headache. It wasn't even like you could hear everyone, and it was just horrendous. It didn't work anyway.
It did not work.
Oh yeah, when you are leading up to it, you should have...
We would training or be
they
like
played
silence. You're not allowed to talk during the warm up. You're not allowed to do other stuff.
Yeah.
But like did
not
nothing.
work, no.
Right, okay. So,
Sorry,
Sorry,
favourite
I'm
ground.
gonna go.
Dunboyne.
I'm actually gonna go O'More Park, Portleash is my favourite.
That's actually a decent
yeah,
ground.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that looks really nice.
Very good.
Pre-game
Ritual? Are you superstitious?
Nah, not at all.
I'd be a bit
Opposite. We actually, before a game, like if we've a county game on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on the work schedule or lack thereof for some of us, there'd be pancakes in Avoca in Dunboyne just out the road, and it's like sit there for like literally 3 or 4 hours just talking
rubbish,
shite and just kind of switching off and avoiding everyone else that kind of doesn't understand, especially if it's a big game. You know, it'd be we call it Christmas Eve like all the time if there's a big game, so we'd be just sitting there for a few hours and just literally chatting shite like.
Brilliant. And you mentioned you are superstitious?
I'd be quite superstitious now. I actually think I've gotten slightly better, but like that.
Doesn't wash your hair the day before a game.
Things like
doesn't.
that, yeah.
What else don't you do?
I eat the same food now. A lot of people are that. I'd eat the same food the day before a game, the day of a game. Yeah, don't wash the hair. Pack my bag.
You don't really like to leave your house. Like, well, we come down here as well the day before a game, do a bit of kicking maybe.
Yeah, I don't like to leave the house.
You know, you don't really leave the house. You don't
Other
do anything.
things I do.
Always have your scone.
Always have the scone. Yeah, have to have the scone.
There's a few weird things to do. Yeah.
I can't have a bath the night before a game. I feel like it drains my energy. Yeah, a bit superstitious. I have to come up kicking the day before a game as well, just
Okay,
a little
that's
bit,
interesting.
half an hour or so. But nothing. Yeah, I'd be a bit like that now. But
Okay. Moving on. Do you I don't see any devices on your wrist there. Do you have a Polar or Whoop even?
I'm just a Fitbit.
I use a Garmin,
Right, okay.
unfortunately.
And obviously all the GPSs are done
Yeah.
by a GPS person or S&C. Now your Garmin, do you use it for day-to-day healthy living or?
Yeah. Well, I just have it on, just kind of keep track of what I'm doing and kind of stuff like that. But like over here we do GPSs as well, but then over in Australia we monitored a bit more vigorously, and just even like if you're hitting your load, like you're pulled from runs at the end of training and stuff like that, which is polar opposite to here.
Yeah. So the S&C in Meath and stuff, would they only monitor GPS? They wouldn't be looking at the likes of anybody wearing a whoop or any devices like that?
A few of the girls do wear the whoops, and they'd be comparing amongst themselves, like they have a group and stuff like that. They even, I think in Dunboyne, like there's probably about 20 or 30 of them that are on it, and they're all kind of like, if the few groups kind of overlap, and they'd be like, you just shit sleep last night, did you? They were like, were you drinking last night?
They all have it in the
yeah, they'd be all kind of, no, just not even in the team, but just as in like around Dunboyne, like a few of the lads and stuff as well, and they'd be kind of like, you were on the beer last night, where you're like 1% recovery, as in it's fairly easy to see who's been acting the maggot.
Because whoop's obviously growing.
Yeah,
massive.
it's huge. Yeah.
And it's great to see. That I never heard of that.
Yeah, a few of the girls, like Moira wears hers during the game and stuff, doesn't she? And all, they always compare after. They're kind of even like competition of who's kind of at training their strain and stuff like that. They always compare.
That's brilliant for anybody watching the whoop. Okay, just to be plugged there. Daytime or nighttime game?
I do like a Saturday Night Lights or something.
Yeah, I think, remember we played, what was it, Dublin in Saturday night, Parnell Park, that was good. Yeah, I'm gonna say nighttime.
Right.
Yeah, I'll say nighttime as well, I think.
Now, in the last couple of episodes, I know Tiernan said he doesn't like nighttime because he is very hard to sleep the next night.
You'd be up to about 3 o'clock the next morning.
Is there anything that you do, or do you just go with the flow?
See, we don't have too many nighttime games, so we wouldn't really have that issue. But like, I think it's a given.
Staring at the walls.
Yeah, it's a given when we have a nighttime game. I'm like, well, I'm just not going to sleep.
You take caffeine before games? Yeah. Coffee, yeah. And so that's obviously later.
But like,
that's another superstition of mine. I wouldn't drink coffee. Cafe.
You don't drink coffee the day of a game?
I don't drink coffee the day of a game. I drink before now, but not the day of.
Why?
I'd always have a coffee before a game.
I'd feel like
would your nutritionist
it would run through.
Very good. That's another pre-match superstition, isn't it?
Another pre-match superstition.
Moving on. Winning block or last minute win a point or last minute win block?
Controversial, I'm going to say block, because I think it's actually it's like sometimes getting a turnover in a game or getting that type of is so much more of a buzz than
last minute win in goal, Croke Park to win.
You didn't say it was in Croke Park. You didn't set the scene properly.
Last minute win a goal to win the All Ireland or last minute win block to win All Ireland?
Surely there's a goal is class. Like I wouldn't be mad if I scored a winning goal.
Really, like,
but as a forward, you're after making a run and tracking back run, and you make the block. Like surely that's a bit more impressive.
It's actually something I haven't. Naturally, it would be a winning goal, but like you can't beat a block. A block is.
And then do we get the winning goal from that block? She's jumping on the goal.
I block it and then
pass it to me, job. No worries. Yeah.
So nearly there. Toughest player you have marked. Okay, or probably been marked. I think you probably play at the field too, so you would have a bit of marking.
I did a bit of man marking job in my day. Back in my day, number 6, number 3 actually, all the way up in underage for me. I played number 3 the entire way up. Then playing it, being marked, I'd have to give it to Leah Caffrey. I think she's class. Leah Caffrey from Dublin. I think she's class. I think she kind of sometimes you're marking back and they're all about you, as in you kind of you're winning, but as in they're kind of taking off their own game, where she has that really good balance of still playing her own game but still kind of being with you the entire time.
If I wasn't going to say Leah Caffrey, I'll go with Sinead Goldrick.
Right.
Don't be giving all the Dublin girls this satisfaction now. Shocking.
Boost them up now. Obviously, she's probably the first person that came to my mind now. There's definitely been a few, especially in the last year. You're getting more tightly marked. But I'd have to give it to Sinead Goldrick. She's very experienced. She knows what to do. So
just being on tightly marked, I wanted to touch it on one of the topics, but we'll just fire on now in terms of the contact rules. Okay, I don't want to spend too long on it because it drives me absolutely up the walls.
So why are you asking us? We wouldn't be involved in anything like that.
We're not involved in that controversy now.
So, just fly in the train there. Are you taught a certain way how to tackle, or even how to buy a tackle?
Well, you get to the stage, I think sometimes you have no choice, and if opposition are doing it, you're going to do it obviously as well. The one that gets me the most, and never mind the tackling and all kind of stuff, is that charging rule. I think it's the most controversial thing ever. I think you could literally, and it goes both teams. It's never in anyone's favour, I don't think. And then there's not one county team in Ireland to say that's not taught to go down. If you're back and someone's charging towards you, I guarantee your manager, your coach is telling you to go down. You wouldn't bet that yourself, no.
No, but I've got to the stage where I actually, if someone asked me that rule, you
don't know.
I don't know.
And even sometimes you're getting up after, let's say, colliding with someone, and you're like, I've no idea whether they're going to give this for me or against me. Most of the time, maybe against, but
against you anyway.
No, not me. But I think, it's just
I was at a couple of refereeing because whenever I was coaching with Mon and Scottstown, I would always went to a lot of seminars, workshops with referees, because I'm really interested in how do we coach it, how do we coach the tackle, and there was nearly arguments in it, and none of them don't know. So anybody that's in the LGFA, that needs to be fixed and that needs to be clear. The referees need to be clear. All referees need to be on the same wavelength. The referees need to tell both teams before the game, even though that shouldn't be the case, but that's the way it should be.
I think it's just too open to interpretation at the moment, and like even, you know, you're playing some games and you shouldn't be changing how you play based on the referee, but you almost are.
Yeah,
that's the point I was going to.
Absolutely fair point. So last one, most influential person in your GAA career?
My dad.
Usually I'd say my dad, but then dad would have been involved with, say, soccer, just because if I say football people think but soccer. But I'm actually going to say mum, because even though sometimes she still, well, now she kind of gets the rules 100%, but there'd be still a few controversial statements out of her after a game, but like she would have probably got my younger sister involved in it first, and then I would have been going up to games and stuff after Sarah. I would have been more with trying to impress my dad, play soccer and big centre half back, put on the head. But like she just is so involved in it, and she's like secretary of the club, and she just does so much around the place, and as much as dad probably maybe has more of a sport in mind, like just seeing how she's embraced the GAA and like just is so involved in it, I'd say she tops the leaderboard of influential.
You said your dad?
Yeah, I'll say my dad. He's huge experience in, you know, playing and coaching GAA, so from a young age, like he always had me up here, so I think he started off, and I suppose since then it's, you know, the likes of Paul Garrigan and the lads like coaching wise. They'd obviously be a massive influence, but I suppose we wouldn't be here without, you know.
Dougie's dad has a few little calls that he does throughout the game, and like it has this whistle that is just like you could almost, if you did it from the house like up the road, you'd almost hear it.
If he did it in Crow Park, I'd probably look
you'd
up
hear it, like you'd know exactly where you're sitting, and like even sometimes it's like to get your head back in the game job kind of. And sometimes when he's like shit, I'm like shit, is that aimed at me? I'm like, should I be doing something different here? I'm like, sometimes it is me, and I'm like, if you're actually doing something terrible, I'm like, oh god, Liam Duggan's gonna go out.
I remember sometimes like in games where, you know, the game would be kind of over, we'd be well on our way to a win, and he'd start taking the mick out of it, and he'd be with the lads there on the side, and I'd be like, lads, watch this, watch this, and he'd be whistling. I'd look up and like an idiot being like, he's like, oh, see,
you'd always know you've had a decent game if you get the handshake from Liam Duggan at the end of the game. You'd be like, you know what, like that's actually
the whole game.
Yeah. Well, if you hear no whistle, you're doing something very well.
Very good. The second All Ireland, again, I'm going to touch on you, Vikki, a little bit here. You went to the Combine in 2019. I'll start there. I had the same conversation, or pretty much the same conversation, with Keelan Mooney in episode 3. He went in 2011. I would say a lot of things have changed in the system and how they bring Irish players in. Who rang you? Did someone ring you or text you? What was the Combine? How did you get in? Because I personally...
The Combine?
Yes, in 19.
I actually, to be honest, I don't really know. Some man was at one of our games and he was in touch base with a few of us and kind of said, look, would you have interest? They wanted to kind of get a bit of more of a link and a bit more of a kind of, just a bit of a hype about the Irish players going over. So myself, Saoirse Noonan from Cork and Olivia Divley went over, the three of us went over for literally, I was there for 4 days, they were there for the week, went over, and to be honest with you, I hadn't even a breeze about, I'd never watched any of the game, I'd never watched anything, and I was only in second year college then, so like there was never, I wasn't really in the mindset of going over before I was finished college anyway, so it was kind of just more of an experience thing of like, look, let's go over, have a look. And then came back, and not that I put it out of my mind, but it wasn't really something that was on my radar. I knew it was going to be a kind of a few years down the line.
Okay, so you came back and you won up until 2021, and then did you get another phone call, emails? How does that work?
Yeah, Mike Curran would have been kind of doing a bit. He's just has a big interest in the AFLW, and he's just been putting you in touch with different clubs and having conversations and stuff. But it's a difficult one, kind of getting to know clubs through not FaceTime, through Zooms and all that kind of stuff, and you know, actually going to get to know people, because I think coming from Meath, where I've seen the shift of bad culture to like really good high level culture, it was something that like I'd value fairly highly, and it'd be kind of something that'd be top of my list of if I'm joining a team. You know, it's kind of something you have big kind of discussions about, and just from the get-go with North Melbourne, just the people involved in it and manager Darren Crocker and stuff, I just kind of just got a good vibe from him straight away, and just even the way he was kind of talking about things and the transition and everything. I really just thought it was a good club, and kind of went from there. They were probably on to me to go over a bit sooner, like last December, just because they had a cruciate injury and stuff, but didn't want to half do Meath, half do that, so kind of waited until it was kind of a case of week by week. They were like, are you booking the flights? I was like, no, we're actually still involved. We won this week. He's like, oh, very good. And then I was like, oh, what about next week? I was like, we're actually still involved. I was like, maybe in a few weeks' time. And then they were on to me to fly out the Wednesday after All Ireland, but that was a hard pass for me. So we bargained and I flew out the Friday after.
Right, okay, very good. And what way does the season work there? Your season's over, is that
Season's over, so it's I think they're going to extend it next year, maybe add another game or two, but it's from early August to late November is the actual playing season.
So next year the season is end of August. Sorry, say that again.
Start of August to kind of the end of November. They kind of they're hoping to add another game or two in each year and kind of progressively get it bigger.
Okay, because I had the same conversation with Keelan. He said that they didn't mind if you came home. Your man Mark O'Connor from Dingle, Sydney Swans, I believe, he comes home, he plays club. Is there any issue with you coming home and playing the summer for Meath?
Well, it's a good question. No, the plan at the moment is there isn't an issue, and that that was one of the main reasons as well. Like, they really value how much it means to us as Irish players. It's like obviously our first love, like of a sport. So kind of that's one of the main reasons as well about North Melbourne. But that's my plan at the moment anyway, to come home if Meath will have me.
Right, okay, I'm sure they will, definitely. So that'll be pre-season for them over there. So they're probably happy enough to be playing plenty.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as if I'm not playing, not training, not.
Brilliant, okay, because I did see Blahin
Mackin, yeah.
Blahin Mackin. I think she said she's coming home, didn't she?
I think there's a few girls planning to come home, yeah.
Right, brilliant. Look at, I think the more girls that come home, the better. Better for the sport, better for the fans, better for supporters, great buzz. And then if the season's in August, should the All-Ireland finals over?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, perfect. So that's great. So you are here now till January, just a bit of
here for a few weeks. Yeah, we've a bit of a team holiday.
Wash the clothes
probably swayed me to come home a little bit as well. So we'll make the most of that, have a bit of crack, and head back in mid-January.
Brilliant. Now, you're in DCU.
Yeah.
Student.
Yeah, I'm in second year DCU now. So.
Right, okay, and I'm just going to touch on the Sigerson.
O'Connor.
Yeah.
O'Connor Cup. It's on the same weekend as the Sigerson, is it? No?
No, I think a weekend's apart, yeah, maybe
right, okay.
a couple
You were pipped in the semi-final last year, am I right?
Yes, we were beaten by UCC.
Disappointing day, I remember watching that.
Yeah, very disappointing. I suppose we were probably strong favourites, but that just shows we probably nearly had too many good individuals that day, that we probably just didn't gel as a team, unfortunately, that day. We were pipped by a better team, so had to take that one on the chin, unfortunately.
You have a couple of years left. You'll go at it again this year and hopefully do last year, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They beat UL in the league this year, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat UL in the league final. That was kind of the same as last year as well. They won the league and then obviously lost the O'Connor Cup.
Right?
All about championship, yeah. So hopefully we get to right our wrongs from last year. So
brilliant. I know we're December. I would imagine the Meath are back. You're back training, I would imagine.
Yeah. A lot of the girls have been back since kind of start of November there. I went back last week. Okay. I had a bit of a longer break because of a longer club season. So the girls have been back training hard now since November. So it's been. I actually can't remember the last time I had a proper December pre-season because obviously club ran on for a long time last year as well. So it's a bit of a shock to the system now going up to Dunganny, -8 degrees weather, training on a frosty Astro, which I suppose you have to put in the hard yards now. Yeah, it's character building, all right. Yeah,
brilliant. And isn't it brand new management and everything? Isn't it brand new?
Yeah.
Stayed on?
So Mark Brennan stayed on. Jeans man.
Jeans. And Packie O'Reilly still there. Kitman's still there.
Kitman's still there. So at least there's I suppose a bit of continuity as well, with some fresh faces, which is good. It's a nice balance.
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh Christ, this is her cup of tea. This is not mine.
I'm putting a caveat in here now that I haven't kicked one of these in my 6 months.
No. I'm sure you have.
And I haven't kicked the ball.
Oh, should have you were training on Wednesday.
Not kicking the ball, I was running.
Right, girls, so the second segment is going to be our shooting challenge. Okay, just to give you an idea of the leaderboard, Samuel Ray has hit 10 out of 11.
Fair play.
Can has hit 7 out of 11, okay? You are both free takers, so we actually
Yeah, look.
Left foot and right foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3 balls across the 13, 3 balls across the 21, 2 balls on the edge of the D, 1 ball on top of the D, and 1 ball on the 45, okay? I'll explain the 45 catch when we get there. Okay?
You nervous?
Straight up, first in.
I'm sweating here.
you
can go first, baby.
Oh, wait, I wanted to go first.
Okay, great. Wait. It's in.
That's over.
She's in. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
It's all right, okay.
Oh, just about.
This is gonna go one way now.
Where are you taking it from? Where's she taking it from? She took it right in.
Oh, it's wide. She put it wide. She actually put it wide.
I'm dust. I'm actually dust here. I need to get back out and fish as what I do.
Fuck me. Oh, sorry.
We're in off season, guys, alright?
Oh, that's actually wide as well.
It's in!
That's wide. Martin, wasn't that wide? Yeah.
No, honestly, can we actually start this again?
No, that was wide.
It was over!
Martin,
Clearly!
wasn't that wide?
That came in. Martin, don't be conning me now. Don't be conning
No
me.
idea. Into the middle here.
That was wide.
Repeat. Retake.
I'm gonna give it.
No way! No way! Oh yeah. Typical. Everyone giving Dougie everything. Wouldn't be like her.
Won't look like puddings or kick it like puddings.
It's wide! Martin, wasn't that over?
That's wide, okay.
Some technique on that. Maybe don't show that one either. That's wide.
It's over.
That's wide!
It was over.
Are you
It's
nuts?
so embarrassing. That was over, but that was shocking.
Fucking Jesus! I'm a much better kicking than the ball. That's wide as well.
Wide.
It's a better. My left foot was better than her left foot, though.
What do we do? No, let's keep going, don't we?
No, you're right.
He's actually questioning whether we can. Whether we can.
We haven't scored. We've scored 2.
Right, cue the comments. Ladies football is terrible.
No,
The
you're actually
difference-
going to get us hated on social media.
Peter, I'm not even back on the panel yet.
This
can't
isn't
be
a good
dropped.
show. Where are you going?
So I'll give it.
Straight over the black spot, to be fair.
Oh my days, like.
Okay, right. Put a hamstring, please.
I hate this game. What have the scores been like in the dash at least? And she's over.
You thrive on pressure, sweetie.
Pressure's for tires, Beaut. And me, apparently.
Oh, this is terrible.
All right, okay, Emma, you're up.
Yeah, class. Fair play to you.
6.
You're my idol.
Right, so we're on the 45. Okay, in the first couple of episodes, we've always done 2 points for off the ground.
Yeah.
1 point off the hands. Just on that, ladies football, if you score
points, yeah.
45 is 2 points.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it done?
No.
I did it once in a challenge game.
Really?
Yeah, didn't get 2
There's no
points.
proof, though. So.
There is proof.
Is there?
Go into our huddle and I'll show you.
Huddle.
Huddle.
Do we use huddle?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And I know Valerie Mulcahy, you remember her for Cork?
Yeah, she took them all off the ground.
Brilliant, okay, that's a massive
I don't
asset.
know how I'm going to go about this because I actually don't know what range I'll get, to be honest. Now.
Right. You both going out of the hands?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll break my knee again.
can I really embarrass myself further? Not really, like.
Don't fall, my It's not a bad attempt.
Unlucky, like, shite.
Yeah, go on!
If it hops! Surely has a point. Half
It
a
would
point.
technically count in a game, wouldn't it?
Technically it would count to the game.
I'd say worthy winner, but you were shy as well.
Good stuff, okay. So 6 and
-2. No,
That's a 7 job. That's.
Are you what? Are you well?
Bounce. That would count
Now,
again.
I have to be totally faithful in my challenge for the off season moving forward. So we're going to say 6 and 2.
Did I look at 3? No.
For a warm up.
Okay, 6 and 2 in the leaderboard.
She's just back from Australia.
I was going to make a bad joke there, but
Right, so we'll move on to the next challenge, okay? Right, girls, moving on to our final challenge of the episode, the 40-yard dash, okay? 40 yards is about 37 metres, and Kieran McCann is still at the top of the leaderboard at 4.5 seconds. I don't say go. When you start, I start the clock,
right.
and when you get there, I stop it, and I'll shout what you get.
Call it off.
Get her home. Someone get her home. Woo!
Oh Jesus! You said 6. You said 6.
Quick, that was very quick. Okay,
I'll take it.
quick. Oh Jesus! 5.3.
That's so embarrassing.
Okay. Right, girls. Episode 5. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
What a
much.
success.
Yeah. No, great stuff.
Successful, humbling.
Is there anything that's going on in your life you want to give a plug now? Anything you want to share?
Just tore my quad in the off-season.
We're all good. Okay.
No, all good.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks very much.
Thanks
Brilliant.
for having us.
Best luck for the year.
Thanks a million.
Best luck Australia.
Thanks a million.
Great stuff. What a fantastic episode. That was our first double episode, and I hope you all have a great Christmas. Stay safe, and we will be back in January with more episodes. What I will ask from you, could you please, if you could, subscribe to the channel? It really helps to get more episodes out there. Hope you enjoyed. Shane out.